Good morning. This is Dr. Parul Singh, Assistant Professor in Faculty of Engineering and Technology from Rama University. Today's topic is communication. So, here I am going to tell you what is communication. Communication is a word which is taken from a Latin language which is called as communicare. That means to share. Okay, when we share our ideas from one person to another, that it is known as communication, and it is taken from a Latin language that is called communicare. As we all know that today communication is very much effective in every part of life. Without communication, without a good communication, we cannot walk in our life, we cannot talk to anyone. So when we come to communication, we have to study that how we have to communicate to people, how we have to tell the ideas to other people. Now when we come to, again we come to the parts of the communication. It is divided into verbal communication, and the second is non-verbal communication. So what do you understand by the verbal communication? Verbal communication is a communication what we are talking verbally. As I am talking to you all, that is a verbal communication. In a class, if a teacher is giving a lecture, that is a verbal communication. And for example, if you are giving a speech, if you are giving a lecture, if you are giving a group discussion, that all comes in your verbal communication. Now, verbal communication plays a very vital role in the part of life, as we give the interviews, we go for jobs, everywhere we need a verbal communication. That time it is seen that how much confident you are when you are speaking. So this is a very important part in our life. And when we come to the non-verbal communication, what do you understand by non-verbal communication? Non-verbal communication are the gestures. So student, what is gestures? Gestures are the how we move our body, how we are waving our hands, how we are, as for example, we are waving our hands. For example, you are standing in the building of FET and the other person is standing in Masscom building. So how you will communicate? If you want to say hi, you will wave your hand and you will say hi like this. So that is known as the gesture. Without speaking the words, we are doing the communication, and that is known as the gesture. That is the body signals. Now, as for example, we can also take that non-verbal communication can be taken, can also, when we talk to the animals, they don't have any body, they don't have any verbal communication. Whenever we train them by the non-verbal communication. Okay, for example, you have a pet dog, you train him like that, and he is able to understand your signals. So that all comes in your non-verbal communication. Now this communication is also very much effective in our life, as students, the gestures and the body postures tells the confidence of a person. For example, we can take that if a teacher is coming to take a class and she or he has to give a presentation on some topic. So first of all, when he is entering the class, how is his or her posture, that is seen, and how confidently he is taking up the class, that is also very much watched. So whenever we are giving a presentation, we have to keep in mind that our body movement should be very positive, then the posture, and thirdly, the speaking delivery. Now I will elaborate these parts. What is the body movement? How you are taking up, means for you are standing in a class, you are giving a presentation, so how your body, if you are standing in a leaning position, that will show a negative presentation. and you are that will show that you are not having confidence. So what the students think? The student will think that you are not able to take up the class, you are not able to have the confidence on the students. Now posture, the posture should always be in a very confident way, and the dressing sense should be very good. So that posture means how you are standing, how the body is in a straight motion, and when it comes to the speaking delivery, how you are speaking, how you are taking up the language. If you are speaking in English, that should be very much moderate, and if you are speaking in Hindi, that should be very accurate. So students, you have to keep in mind all the 3 points when we come to the non-verbal communication. As I told you that these play a very important role: verbal communication, non-verbal communication, then it comes to the body movement, posture, speaking delivery. Now students, we come to the tool of communication. What do you understand by tool of communication? Okay, when we come to the tool of communication, students, so you all would be thinking, what is tool? So in communication, what we have to remember is that I told you that language plays a very important role in communication. Without language, we cannot speak to anyone. For example, if I am giving a lecture in German language and you all students don't know German, so how you will understand German language? You won't be able to understand that language. So the tool of communication means the language should be common between the speaker and the listener. Okay, now the speaker should have the same language and the listener should also know the same language. Then only the communication process is possible. Without this, the communication cannot be done. Okay, so we need a language, and that is very much important. So now we can say that when a small baby is there, like 4 months or 5 months, he couldn't speak. So how the communication is done that time? Now again it comes to the non-verbal communication here, that the communication is done by the signals. If a child is crying, so how the communication is done? His mother understands that he is hungry or he is not feeling well, so she gives milk or she goes to the doctor. So that is the communication done by the non-verbal communication, and that communication also takes place without a language. But when we come to the tool of communication, we need a language, and that language should be very much common between the sender and the receiver, the same, the speaker and the listener. Okay, because these two plays a very important role in communication, because without this, the communication cannot be done in a proper way. As I told you that communication is a very important part in our life. We need communication everywhere, whether we go for the interviews, whether we are traveling, whether we are doing shopping, whether we are chatting with our friends. We need communication everywhere. And whenever the communication is effective, that time the person will always remember you the first and the last time, because that time you will play a very important role in the gathering where you are sitting. So as I told you that what is tool of communication, that in the tool of communication we need a language, and without language it cannot be done. We need a language to talk, we need a language to communicate, we need a language. The speaker and the listener. Okay, here we can also say the sender and the receiver. Now you would have understood that whenever we are doing the communication, we need these two people in your whole communication process, because one is a sender. For example, here I am the sender, I am giving you the lecture, so I am the sender, I am telling you something, and you all are the listener. It can also be called as the receiver. So when the speaker is giving the message, he is encoding the message. The speaker is encoding the message, and when it is listened by the receiver, it is decoded. Okay, so when the listener again comes, means understood the message, and he gives the feedback to the speaker, he becomes the speaker and the speaker becomes the listener. Now this is the whole process which is done in the communication communication process. Now, we have to remember that in communication we need a speaker, we need a listener, and without this the communication cannot be done. Now, as I told you student, that verbal and non-verbal communication, it can be asked to you also that what is written communication, what is general communication, what is technical communication. When we come to the professional communication, it also comes that in many ways the communication can be divided after this this verbal and non-verbal communication. It could be general communication, second is technical communication. Now, what is general communication? What comes to your mind that what could be general communication? General communication is the communication whatever we talk or write generally. Okay, it could be your prose writing, it could be your story writing, it could be your poem writing, all the things which are written in generally, in which no set up rules are there. That is known as general communication. For example, if I give you a story to write down, I ask you that write down a story on your college, on your university. So, what you will do? You can frame up your sentences, you can make it in your own way, and you can write it down. So, that is known as general communication, where you can build up the words, you can add your own vocab, and you can write down a paragraph. That will be your general communication, and it when the teacher or when the reader will read that, it will put a good impression. Now, when we come to the technical communication, students, what is technical communication? Technical communication means related to some technocrat. Okay, so we have to remember some rules, some jargons, all are there in your technical communication. As if I give you a letter to write down, I ask you to write a letter to your dean that you want 2 days holidays as you are going in a marriage. So, that time what you have to remember is there will be a letter format. First you will write down like this. First you will put the college name, then the other college name where it is situated and the place, and then the salutation will come, dear sir. Then your subject will come as you are asking for 2 days leave, and then you will start by the lines that this is to bring to your kind notice that I want 2 days leave as I am going out for my sister's marriage. So, there is, what I want to tell you is, there is a letter format, there are some rules, and we cannot be out of these rules. So, this is known as technical communication. No, a very slight difference is between the technical and general communication, that in general communication you can elaborate it in your own ways, in your own method, in your own point of view. But in technical communication, what you have to do, you have to remember the setup rules, you have to remember the jargons, you have to, if any technical presentation is there, you have to draw the diagrams, posters, all that will come in the technical communication. Now, this is the basic difference between general and technical communication, and when it could be asked to in your exams, you have to write down that there are many types of communication, and it is general communication, it is technical communication, and these are the differences with the examples. Now, students, as a guest, I want to tell you that what is presentation strategies. Now, as I told you that non-verbal communication plays a very important role in your communication, and without that the communication cannot be done properly, as verbal communication is very vital nowadays, so as your non-verbal communication. So, both are very much important in your life, and without these the communication cannot be done. Okay. So, students, as I told you, the gist of professional communication today, that what is communication, in how many types the communication is divided, what is general communication, what is technical communication, and how verbal and non-verbal plays an important role in our life. So, and you all have to remember that this professional communication is not only for your subjective. Okay, you have to be very much confident while speaking, and confidence can only be gained when you have good vocab, you have the confidence, you have a good posture, and you have to show what you are having. Don't lack that. Thank you very much. Have a good day.